Hello, my name is Svetlana Stone. You are watching Artist Voices, where we believe it's essential for artist voices to be heard. And we are pleased to have Luisa Mercedes Zuñiga here tonight to talk about and learn what does it take to be a musician at 21st century. Thank you, Luisa, for coming here and joining us tonight. We are so happy to have you. How was your day?
It was really good, actually. And thank you for inviting me, Svetlana. So
we are so happy to have you.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about yourself and how you get to Kalamazoo?
So actually, it was like it's still an experience. I'm still like learning everything. I'm still learning a lot of things every day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And that's what happened before I came here. I didn't actually knew all the wonderful things I'll get to know here. And I'm still learning. I'm still kind of nervous because, how I said before, I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm from Colombia. I have a completely different culture. I connect with Pablo Allesteros, that he is from Ecuador, from the same country as my professor back in Colombia. And just everything happened. I sent some videos. My professor said that she wanted me to come here. And now my professor, Laurie Sims.
When it's happened, so you just came to Kalamazoo, right?
Yeah.
And started last semester?
Yeah, I came to Kalamazoo last August.
Mm-hmm.
I came last year, August. And I've been here for like 6 months, 7 months, yeah.
So how you like so far the School of Music?
So I think one of my favorite places right now here in Kalamazoo
and
is
by the way,
Dalton.
tell people you're majoring in?
My major is music performance.
Music performance.
I play piano, classical
piano.
And yeah, I'm a Western Michigan University student. And how I was saying before, I think one of my favorite places here in Kalamazoo is Dalton, the building where I'm studying. It's
I understand.
Really nice. I love the environment there. Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. We are glad that you are here. So you're playing piano. So how old you were when you were introduced to music?
I began to play piano when I was 4 years old, actually. And my parents are musicians, but I think
they are musicians.
They aren't.
Okay.
But even though I think they have like their souls are super artistic, their souls are more artistic than a lot of musicians that I know, actually. And they've done a lot of efforts for me. And I'm super glad that I'm studying what I'm studying, and the connection that I have with art is just because of them.
So basically, they saw that your potential or interest, and they
told me that they always wanted me to be an artistic person. That they always wanted like art to be part of my life. So that's why I began to practice, like to have like music classes. I think I began with music when I was 2 or something, and I began with piano when I was 4 years old. And it's been a whole experience, actually. But now, of course, I miss them a lot. But yeah, I'm a musician just because of them.
It's wonderful, but it seems you're really enjoying to be a musician.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yes. And it's like a process, right? And I just enjoy what I'm doing. I'm not really thinking what's going to happen next or not. Yeah, what's going to happen or not. I'm just trying to really enjoy all the classes that I'm taking. all what I'm learning.
And Luisa, you said that you are from Colombia. And why did you choose Western Michigan University School of Music? You know, like someone told you.
So when you're in Colombia and there are not like a lot of opportunities for you
to be a musician,
and someone told you there's a college in the United States, there's this professor, Laurie Sims. I searched her. She's just like wonderful.
But were you not afraid to come by yourself to the US? What your parents were thinking of this decision?
So when we began to do all the things, I was 16 actually.
Wow.
And
did they approve it or support you? How was that?
They were just like, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
Because they didn't speak English. They didn't know anything. It's like the day that we talked with my professor, like the Zoom meeting, I was just trying to translate everything.
But how you know English?
I've been like taking classes back in Colombia. But of course, my English has improved a lot here. At the beginning, it was kind of hard. It was really hard. But I can't be quiet. I live with a girl that's from here. So I always talk with her. And I think it's getting better. Actually, I took classes back in Colombia, but I feel it has improved a lot. I still struggle a little bit with my English, but yeah.
So your parents were supportive of your decision to come to America and receive
No,
degree?
they were like, there's this opportunity, there's a scholarship, there's a lot of things.
And you really enjoy right now. It's been like 7 months like you're here.
Yeah.
So we're glad that you're here.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm here too.
We're so glad. And I want to ask you, you said you start, like you were introduced to music when you were 4 years old and your parents don't know anything about music.
So,
but does it take you to, become to the level you are right now, from when you were introduced to music and to even get to Western? How, was the preparation or what did it take you to get here besides the decision?
Okay.
The program or what?
So, actually, they introduced me to music when I was 2 or something. When I was 2 years old.
That's awesome.
But I began to play piano when I was 4, and then I went to a basic department of music back in Colombia, where it was kind of.
So you start taking classes.
Yeah. It was more formal. When I was 7 years old, it began to be more formal, and then I had a lot of people there. I get to know a lot of people there. There's a lot of talent in Colombia that I really miss a lot of people. Of course, my friends, the people I used to study with, because I know some friends that they are from here, right? And they took music classes in their high schools. I didn't do that. There's not music in high schools in Colombia, or in the one that I went, there wasn't
So you
a
talk
really
about
good music class. So I went to a conservatory. I went to a conservatory, and that's called the Conservatory of the National University of Colombia. That's where I went, and I took choir classes. I took music theory classes. I took piano classes, and basically my formation was there, and then because of the COVID and all of that, I connect again with my professor, with this professor. It's called Cesar Guzman. He knows Pablo. You know Pablo Allesteros. He's a pianist too. That goes here to Western. And Pablo told Cesar, my professor back in Colombia, that they were looking for Latin musicians. And that maybe I could apply to it. And I did it. And I just sent the video because all of the COVID.
But how long you take to the requirements? Was it hard for you to follow the requirements?
So that's the thing. Because of the COVID, I just sent video. I think that was
helpful.
A lucky thing for me. Because
so you're not nervous when you play in front of.
Because
people.
it was a video. I just had it send it.
Just recorded.
Yeah.
Because
awesome. For example, I know maybe you have to do a jury thing in person.
Exactly, that's
but
what I mean.
But I didn't do it, so.
It was less stress.
There was other stuff other things, other problems, but I think it was kind of easy.
It was good, good.
Yeah. I think
That's awesome.
things
And
that-
when you learned that you were admitted to the university, what do you feel?
when I came
Remember
here,
that day? No, when you learned that you were admitted. How was that?
wow.
That you were admitted to
Yeah,
university?
I understand what you're saying. It was, it was, it was a really beautiful feeling actually, and I was with my parents, and we were just like we didn't really believe it actually. We were still like
That it's possible?
thinking. We were still thinking about like I was going to come here and fly like 8 hours alone and all of that kind of stuff, but we were like, yeah, you're going. I didn't believe it. Like there were like still 2 days before I came here, and I was like, I don't know if this is happening or not.
This is happening.
I was afraid too. I was afraid of like coming here and don't be with my parents, don't be with my friends, don't go to the conservatory back in Colombia because I grew up there actually. Like I studied there since I'm 4 years old, like in that place that I learned to play piano. So yeah, that was kind of hard, of course, and I think about that like a lot. But then I knew a lot of wonderful people here. I know a lot of wonderful people here, and I have a lot of relationships now. I love them. I still connect with my friends back in Colombia. I talk with them every day. I miss them a lot too. But yeah, like this is how it works. You need to move on and to learn other things.
But you were so determined, you love music, and even though like the challenges you're facing, you know, like miss your parents, be far from your country, your friends, you still decided to come here.
Yeah, being
That means
honest.
music means so much to you.
Yeah, being honest, like
What music means to you? What do you try to maybe tell through your music to
I
the
think
world?
music is like a style of life, maybe that some people is kind of like afraid to take. But I have the advantage that I've been doing music like since I born actually, like since I'm 2 or something. Of course, I didn't connect as how I connect as how I'm connected with music right now. Before, it's like a whole process, but it's like a priority for me. I have priorities. My first priority is my parents, my family. My second priority is music, the piano. So yeah, it's like my life. So yeah.
It's very nice, very nice to hear. So we're glad that you are here, Luisa. Welcome to Artist Voices. For those of you who just tuned in, we are here at Public Media Network with piano student from School of Music at Western Michigan University to learn about what does it take to be a musician in 21st century. Thank you for watching us. Luisa, and we're so glad that you are here, and we would like to continue to learn more about your story and what does it take to be a musician. So we start already talk about the challenges being here because you came to another country, and you mentioned in the beginning there's a culture is so different. So one thing, like being as a musician, what challenges like the musicians are facing right now, and what you mentioned, like is this cultural differences is also like affect and challenge for you, like to being here?
Like being from Colombia is what you're saying?
Yeah,
like,
I mean the first like in general, what challenges musicians are facing, you think,
like
from
all
your
musicians?
perspective?
All musicians?
Yeah, all musicians, and like being from different culture, what you facing, what is hard for you?
So I've met a couple of people that they think that they want to practice, and they think because of the amount of hours that they practice, like everything that they're going to get back is just like a job or like money. And that's true, of course. Sometimes it's hard to find jobs for us to be musicians. And more in Colombia, actually. There's more jobs here than in Colombia. But I think for me, I don't really like to think how many hours I practice, like every day or something. I think it's more important just to have objectives and to think about how music helps you to grow up like a person, as a person. And that's really true. And don't everybody like think about that or think like that. They just like maybe are involved in music because they like it a little bit.
You mean your peers?
Yeah, sometimes. Not everybody. Like almost the people that I'm around, they like think how I think, and they really like enjoy being part of this like musical environment. It's just super beautiful. But sometimes people just don't really understand that it's tough and it'll be hard. But
why is it going to be hard? You mentioned
because
also there's
because sometimes it's hard to like just to find like jobs or
that's what I said. You mentioned that it's hard in
like,
Colombia. It's hard to find this, and why do you think is that?
Like I've talked with people that they're not majoring in music, and their objectives
even though they like it.
No, they're not majoring in music. Like they're like from another department. They're in Western. Like they're studying a completely different thing, and their like objectives in life are like to finish their major and then to get a job. And that's it. And I think that's super sad. And people,
it is super sad.
And people in Dalton, people in the music department don't think like that.
We are not thinking yet.
And I think that's like something really nice. Something really nice to
It's
have.
rewarding, right? At the
and even
end
though,
of the day.
Yeah. And even though if it'll be hard to find like jobs or something, we're doing something that it's helping us to grow up like people. So I'm super glad that I'm doing it. And yeah, it's hard because it'll take us more time to practice. It's like an everyday thing. You have to practice every day. But I like it, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I like your view. What is the best advice you ever receive from other musicians that help you to grow or make certain choices?
Right now, your question makes me remember about more like, not like words actually. I've been in recitals and I've listened to people performing and just looking at them doing stuff, like really beautiful stuff, and really like being able to connect with others just with music. And I think that's like one of, it's not an advice with words, but maybe just like looking to them
the experience
and realizing that I can make that. Even though I'm not up in the stage, I'm just like sitting them and looking at them perform. I'm like, I feel connect with them. So
that's awesome.
I just like, I want in the future to be able to connect with others.
Because you were able to connect through the music without saying one word, and it's how that makes you feel.
Yeah, I just want like to can feel that. I can do that already like on stage, but maybe if it's like more crowded or something in the future, if there's more people looking at me and I'm able to connect with them, yeah, I think that's something that I will enjoy a lot in the future. So yeah.
That's a great experience. Thank you for sharing. And Luisa, I also want to ask you, since we know, so being a musician, it's not easy, but it's rewarding. Like you said, be able to connect people through music. What kind of advice would you give to other musicians who may be like facing some certain challenges?
Some other thing that I've noticed is like there's a lot of like different areas that you can perform and you can like just engage, like approach music.
At different areas.
Yeah, there's like the jazz department. I'm doing classical music right now. Like that's my main thing. And even though like just performing classical, there's people that prefer to go back to Bach and play Mozart, or there's people that's playing more like contemporary music. And you get to know a lot of different like interpretations from others. Like everybody understands music like in a different way.
Yeah.
But just think why you're studying it. Like why, like sometimes you just like are
so
studying.
This is the advice you want to give, like
you sometimes are studying by yourself and you're not thinking about your major, about your job, your responsibilities. You can be really tired, and even though you're like, oh, I really like this. So sometimes when you feel like you don't really understand what are you doing, just think about that moments and enjoy it a lot. Not just for yourself, but for the ones that are around you.
I like it. This is very powerful. Yeah. And Luisa, how people can find information about you, about your future performances?
I have a YouTube channel. I think I sent that to you. And
you can say what you know. What's the YouTube channel?
You can search me like Luisa Mercedes, Mercedes. That's my second name. And on Instagram, you can find me like Lu Mercedes, LUMERCEDESZ.
And you mentioned that you're going to have a performance, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really soon, on April 16th?
Yeah, April 16th, I'm going to play in the lecture hall in Dalton with another friend. He's a freshman as me.
Do you know what time?
At noon.
At noon.
It's a Saturday, and we're going to perform, the both of us. We're like really excited because normally freshmen don't do like recitals like in their first year. So yeah, we're super excited. We're going to play Haydn. He's going to play Brahms. I'm going to play Schubert. So yeah.
And if there's anything else you would like to add, Luisa? And by the way, April 16 is Luisa's birthday.
It's my dad's birthday.
Okay.
My dad's birthday.
Oh, your dad's birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my dad's birthday. So, yeah.
And we've talked about, like you said, music. When you play, you should ask why you play. So what do you try? What is your vision? Where do you see yourself? Like, what are you trying to achieve through music? And, you know, what do you think about that? Where do you see yourself?
I've talked about like feeling good with myself, enjoying life. But just through music, you can understand things that others can't. It's not just about music, it's about art. It's about the connection between your mind and your spirit. And it's about really, really, really enjoying life and having a path in it. So I'm grateful that I don't doubt that much. And I'm secure about myself. And that's hard to do. I remember like a couple of months ago, I was kind of a little bit more shy than how I am right now. And I think one of the main reasons why I'm like how I am is because of music. Like the experience that I had like just performing or just like talking every day with a lot of people because of accompanying or just like a lot. It makes me understand that I need to face a lot of things, that I have to do my stuff. But even though I have music, that's like the reason what I'm doing everything. So I don't have to doubt. I'm secure about myself. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are glad to have you here, and thank you for sharing with your experience, with your passion about music.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, of course. Well, this concludes episode of Artist Voices. And we are so grateful that Luisa were able to join us at Public Media Network, where we believe it's essential for artist voices to be heard. Thank you so much for watching us, and see you next time.